of your skin? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Most of us blacks, or Negroes as he called us, really thought we were free without being aware that in our subconscious, all those chains we thought had been struck off were still there. And there were many ways where what really motivated us was our desire to be loved by the white man. Malcolm meant to lance that sense of inferiority. He knew it would be painful. He knew that people could kill you because of it, but he dared to take that risk.
He was saying something over and above that of any other leader of that day. While the other leaders were begging for entry into the house of their oppressor, he was telling you to build your own house.
Yo, yo, yo. Sorry for this technical difficulties. Should have did this from the get-go, actually, but I'm going to take care of it right now. Give me 2 seconds. Bam. There we are. Welcome back to the No PC Show. It is Thursday night. I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. We was cutting it kind of tight. But we made it, and that's all that matters. Hopefully everybody's been out there having a blessed day. I'm sure everybody has heard the news of the day that we lost an icon. Miss Aretha Franklin has passed away. She was 76, the Queen of Soul, super diva. Gave us hit on hit on hit. She gave us the Sparkle soundtrack, y'all. Now, she did the album herself, separate from the soundtrack, but both of them were slamming. That's what divas do. That's what she did. She commanded the stage. She commanded her money. And the Queen of Soul will never be replaced. So we offer our condolences to the family of Miss Aretha Franklin and her 4 kids. May she rest in eternity. Love, peace, soul to that sister. Oh, sorry. I wanted to get back on to my camera. You got to excuse us today because today was a good day for your brother. I want y'all to keep your brother in prayer. Your brother has gotten off the plantation. That is what the show is called today. It's called... Uh-oh. Look like they didn't switch my topic again. So much stuff. It's giving me the topic from last week. But today, and that's weird because it just switched around on the song. And it was called Off the Plantation. Okay, why I have 2 windows open is beyond me. We're going to close one. Hopefully we don't lose the show. So today's show is called Off the Plantation. How do you feel your own self-worth? And I was sparked to do this show. A couple of years ago, I met Dr. Boyce Watkins. Now, Dr. Boyce Watkins is a PhD financial professional who I think he used to teach at Syracuse. But, you know, he spoke up for black people on his campus, and that kind of rubbed a lot of folks the wrong way. And he figured he had done everything by the book as the white book had told him to. And then he found, like so many of us have found, that you are never going to reach your full potential. In most cases, there's always somebody say, I reached my full potential. But working for these people and slave driving yourself will be your demise, most likely. Kind of flashing some of the photos when I met Dr. Boyce Watkins. We took some smiling photos, but we also, he actually listened to me, and I said, I'm not off the plantation yet, brother, but I'm inspired, and I'm going to get off the plantation. So I went, and he gave me those words of wisdom. Just keep trying. You'll make it. So I'm giving a shout out to Dr. Boyce Watkins on this show for taking time to speak to a brother and give him that motivation. I'm older than Dr. Boyce Watkins, but, you know, he has made his way in the world and has created so many things like the Black Enough website that I'm a part of. If you're a part of Facebook, then you need to be a part of Black Enough, because that site gives black people the opportunity to be black people. And I find a lot of interesting topics, as well as I'm allowed to post my thoughts, and if there's something I'm doing. Most of the time, I guess it's kind of like the friend-based thing also. Just like Facebook, you can have friends, you can have groups, different interests. It's just like Facebook, basically. But there's no games, and advertisement doesn't exist. So this is something that Dr. Boyce has done. He created the Black Business School, and he's creating all these avenues to help brothers and sisters get their stuff together and be motivated and get off this plantation and actually start a business. I already had a business, but it was a home-based business. And how much money are you going to make in your home? You know, and especially if you're trying to open a business in a black neighborhood, which I have done. And, you know, this is the weird thing. A lot of black people, and maybe they're just on the cautious side. Oh, that area has the highest rate of recidivism. You know, it's kind of bad over there. They don't take into account that this is the plot. It's bad over there for a reason. But it's not going to be bad over there too much longer. We got a Starbucks over there. You got a U.S. Bank over there. You got the Obama Library coming. The golf course is getting redone. And white folks are moving into South Shore. So, and there's a nursery across the street where a lot of brothers don't understand. If you're caught doing something close to a nursery school, you're going to get charged with extra time. So you can act the fool if you want. I'm kind of right between, if you live in Chicago, I'm between the Jeffrey and the Stony Island stop. I'm closer to the Jeffrey stop, blocked down from the Nash Community Center. So today has been, it was like the first full day that I just spent in the store getting insurance quotes, getting internet set up, and just working with people and setting up my setup. I do computer repairs. The name of my company is called RPC Computing. If you're in Chicago, stop by 1741 East 71st Street and give us a shout. We're right across from the Sharks. I don't eat sharks. I don't patronize sharks. And you all know why. So this show today is going to be about my experience today, because I think a lot of times we move out of the hood and, you know, we sample because we're passing through, but then to spend a whole day in the hood and get your reawakening to the plight of our people in these neighborhoods. sometimes you really got to look at our people and say, wow, is it the drug epidemic? Is it the poverty? Is it the lack of respect that has the neighborhoods in the condition they're in? I think this is just a combination of all of them. Let's go with lack of respect. Lack of respect. I go to Walgreens. This dude comes in. He's got his cell phone blasting. Cursing music, everything. Like he ain't got no damn sense. No respect for the old folks or anybody in the store. And like he was daring anybody to say something to him. And nobody said nothing to him because he just looked like he just here to get something going. That's ignorance. That's a lack of respect. Then you got the drugs, the crackheads, and they're in the face all day long, back and forth in front of your store, screaming down the street at each other, trying to sell you this or that. You got people. There's where my business at. There's a gate. To keep people out. That's what people put gates up. And so the AT&T guy is outside and he's doing his thing, and then I come to the back door, just checking in because he was down in the basement and back and forth. So when I come, there's a dude standing at the gate talking about, can you let me in? I lock myself out taking out the garbage. Okay, well, where's your key? Oh, I ain't got the key. So and so. I'm on the phone talking to my people right now. Then why ain't your people coming down and open the door for you? Tell them to stick their head out the window. Oh, this dude tripping, man. He wants somebody to stick their head out the window, blah, blah, blah. So I go and I'm standing, because I'm on another call trying to take care of the business, talking to some people about the security system. So he eventually, makes a smart comment and then walks off. Why would I allow you into this yard? I have the responsibility not only to my own business, but to other businesses. And something could have been going on. Your girlfriend got another dude over or whatever could be going on. I'm not going to be a part of allowing you to come in here and do something and then think you got a right or an attitude to say something crazy to me. It's not going to happen. That's a lot of the ignorance that we deal with inside the neighborhoods. The poverty, you see the poverty, you see the children, which I saw so many unattended children under the age of 7 and 8. It was just crazy. I'm like, okay, where are the parents at? What, these kids are just out here. I saw a few parents sitting up in windows. But for the most part, I saw a whole bunch of unattended young kids. That's a formula for getting into trouble or something happening. There was I don't know where these black folks are going on divvy bikes in the hood. But you're seeing that a lot now. And you're seeing the dope dealers, the dope heads looking for the dope dealers all up and down the street. Saying all that, this should still not deter us from having a black business in the neighborhood. You can't talk about our community and fuss and fight all the time if you're not going to be willing to set up shop and do something in your neighborhood. Another weird thing I noticed today, there's a black power place down there. I'm thinking this is like, okay, power to the people, revolution. Then you look in, and the Koreans are over it. Really? Okay, I can't get with that. And we're not talking about hating everyone in the neighborhood or nothing like that. We're trying to establish why are there so many barber shops in the neighborhood and beauty shops and wig shops. And my shop is a computer shop. And this is to tell you how much of a technology desert it is. There's no computer shops in the neighborhood 15 blocks either way easily. That says either we're not focusing on the future and using computers in a productive way. All we have is tablets in our hands, and all we're on Facebook and scrolling through. And it's not everybody, but it's got to be a large percentage, because I saw that all day. People on their tablets and things, and that's normal, and that's cool. But in this day and time, everybody should have a computer. Maybe a laptop and a desktop. How are we not making sure that our children have the necessary tools to go back to school, but we got on $200 gym shoes? Why are we hanging out on the blocks in such huge numbers? That's out. That takes a lot of energy. I mean, that takes a whole lot of energy just to sit out all day, and then you get to look and see who's out all day. But you're young. Why aren't you getting on that train or that bus that takes you somewhere and filling out an application and getting a job so you can do something productive? But if you don't want to do that, there's 5 empty stores right adjacent to mine, waiting for someone to take them over. Now, it's either going to be us or it's going to be them. And they don't have a problem with taking it over. And some of these properties qualify for city grants, free money. I haven't got no free money yet, but, they tell me I'm on the right path. Right. And it takes a lot, we take for granted how much we know about starting a business, and then you get into it and you see all the little things that try to derail you. Like I said, I had a 745 credit score, and I still got asked questions. It was crazy. I look at this starting a business, or taking my business out of the basement and putting it in the storefront, as an opportunity to try to be some type of beacon, as Dr. Boyce was a beacon to me. And not only did I meet Dr. Boyce Watkins, I got to meet Dr. Claude Anderson. And the problem is, even though these brothers are speaking knowledge and life and existence into our lives, a lot of us just aren't listening. A lot of us are preoccupied with things that don't benefit us, a lack of vision, a lack of get up and go get it attitude. It's easy to say, I'm just going to sit here on the block and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and that's cool. You're really not looking at your future. But like I said, I understand all that, I sat on the block. I went to school. I had structure in my life that says, this is what you're going to do to get where you're trying to go, using this path. And so this has been something I've been wanting to do pretty much all my life, and I had been determined to do it. And I set up and I did my vision board, as you see down here, and I set it in front of me every day. And then it got to the point of, what are you doing toward that vision? You can't keep talking about visions and never following up. You can't keep praying for stuff, and then when God gives it to you, you bail out. Like I say, I understand it's going to be a mixed bag of tricks But what I have been doing is making contacts with other black folks that are out here doing business, and trying to successfully create a network of black folks that may do different things. I'm leasing the space from a black individual who hires a black broker to broker his things. I worked with a black realtor. The security system that I'm considering is a black man that used to work for ADT, and then he started his own thing. Just saying, black folks out here doing things, and that's the only way we're gonna be able to keep screaming out community, 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 is that we have ownership in the community. You can't scream out community and you don't own anything. I think that's where a lot of the nonsense comes in the community. This our community. Yeah, but you don't own anything. You don't control anything. The ownership gives the control. And just because our people have problems, okay, the foreigners deal with the problems and they get that money. And they take it out the neighborhood. They don't put it back in. So if we start black businesses in the neighborhood, then we get to control the resources because we'll be putting the money back into the community. At least that's my plan, to try to do things for the seniors, for the teenagers, for the youngsters, give back programs, work with the community center, changing the environment. If that's one block at a time, changing the environment to something that's conducive for everyone to have an opportunity to grow. I don't believe everybody wants to be out there selling drugs and smoking drugs and participating in nonsense. And I think I heard more cursing today than I've heard in the last 10 years. Everything is be this and motherfucking this and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's selling something, and that's cool. If you selling stuff, okay. As long as it's not stolen stuff. And then my wife came down, my wife and daughter came down, and I was putting together racks, so I'm not officially open yet because working on your business application, I guess there was like one error, and then they sent me a clarification note, and I said, well, this is a service, it's no retail sale. So instead of them just making that correction in the application, they canceled my business application, didn't send me an email, didn't say nothing to me. I just happened to log back in because it's been a week process, and I've been like, okay, I should have this in order and be ready to go ahead and post my grand opening and all this. And it said canceled. So when I called in about this, oh yeah, well, you had checked this box and so, so we canceled it. I said, yeah, but I responded to your message and explained what was happening there, and could they have just unchecked the box and then just moved on? Well, no, that's not the way we do it. It's your responsibility. So you checked the wrong box, and unfortunately now you have to do the whole process over again. Now understand this process has parts. You complete this part. That takes a day. Then the next day you complete this part. Then that's another day. Then there's like 4 parts before you even get to the final review, the part 5. And once you get past that, then you get to make your payment. So I got all the way to 5. So I went through all these days of waiting and getting to 5 just to have my application canceled and having to start over. It's not going to be easy for us to have businesses if there are so many loopholes there to block you. And I'm not saying that to discourage people. I'm saying that to encourage people to get your things in order to the best ability you can. Start thinking about some things you do. If you cook, if you make a mean peach cobbler and some greens, you probably can cook some other stuff, and you can probably have a soul food restaurant. in the hood instead of everybody else trying to sell soul food. Whatever you do, look at it seriously and say, hey, can I really make some money out of this? I met a woman, and I was kind of perplexed with the situation because she sells sweets and all this stuff now, cookies and cakes, and she told me she had lost 300 pounds. I'm like, you lost 300 pounds and you selling cookies and cakes? She said, that's what I love to do. I love to bake, and that's why I had them 300 pounds. I say, go with it. She had an idea and a dream, and I was going to buy something from her, but I didn't have any cash on me, and she didn't have like a square or nothing that you can swipe. Like I said, if you ain't got nothing else, if you got that square, you can still get money. If you got a PayPal account, you can still get money. If you got the Cash App, you can still get money. Don't miss on money because you ain't got a cash register sitting in front of you. I already took my iPad and created all these different menus and discounts and all that. I'm ready to get that money. Just got a few more things to put in place, and it's gonna be beautiful for me. I have that confidence, and like I say, you know, thanks to Dr. Boyce Watkins for taking the time to take a picture and speak with a brother. This was about 2 years ago, but Dr. Boyce, your brother has made it. He has, you know, still some things trying to tie you down on that end, but I was in the store today. It's my store. I'm motivated to work as many hours and as hard as I have to establish myself and take care of myself and take care of my family and live a productive life without these people all on your back, controlling your career, trying to make you travel, trying to do all this other stuff. The young lady in the photo, that's Dorian Chandler. She is the one that did the Black Wall Street documentary along with Dr. Boyce Watkins. And that was the event I was at the Harold Washington Cultural Center. And I definitely did not want her to miss out because she too went through a whole lot to put that together. And she was actually pretty sweet because my daughter had won a contest at the Urban League, and she did a short film, and I asked Miss Chandler to take a look and give her some words of encouragement, and she did. So black people, let's continue to encourage each other, to love each other, and to support each other. And let's stop being scared of one another, and let's embrace each other and do what we got to do out here to make it happen for us. Love, peace, soul. We out of here.
Step out of the car.
No, you don't have the right.
Step out of the car.
You do not have the right to do that.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove
I
you.
refuse to talk to you other than to identify myself.
Step
If you're woman, ain't no revolutionary should persuade you to be a fucking slave for the rest of your days. Should be grooming you on how to behave, teaching you how to coon and buck dance so that you can be safe. If that brother ain't no rider, soldier, no provider, molder of young minds, check it out. You got yourself a bitch. Think about the time that you invested in him. If he's wearing them skinny jeans, you a lesbian. For every 100 black women who ain't locked up, it's only 83 black men remaining. Take away 1.5 million black men who might have benefited their women and their children. You don't know a war when it's waged against you, when it makes you drive your baby mama to the clinic just to kill your own. Ain't no legacy to leave behind, cause ain't nobody sitting on your throne. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Sandra Bland was a rider. She wouldn't have committed suicide. You a motherfucking liar. It would not be wise to stop when you hear sirens and you see the police behind you, but you don't wanna die. They gon' shoot you if you run. They gon' say that you was going for the police gun. That's why they shot you like 120 times, but you was still coming, so they put another bullet in your lung. Them devils got about you praying while they murder. Because they know you on that bullshit. They steady with them full clips and body armor. They kill your women in the street because they figure you too weak to do anything about it. You some shit getting fucked in your sleep. They poison you every time you brush your teeth. You don't care, you behave like a slave. A bitch from the cradle to the grave on your knees with your hands out, begging cause you want to be saved. Are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga.